You're very welcome to be out in a cottage, or as they say in Ireland, Céad Má Fáilte, which means, I think it's 100,000 welcomes. Maybe it's 100 million welcomes. Anyway, you're very welcome. So I'm just sat here on the veranda at the moment. I'm surrounded by roses. The roses are, as usual, stunning. Yeah. And just opposite me here, look. This is just hanging over my chair. I keep bumping into it. I've been collecting some kindling, so I've got some buckets of kindling down there. And I've continued to work on the gable end of the cottage. And this is a little compilation of videos, just little snaps, little snapshots I've taken over the past 2 days. And one of the videos, I think you'll really like it. It shows the blackbird flying into her nest, and her nest is located just underneath the kitchen window, amidst all the beautiful clematis and pyracantha and Virginia creeper that I have in there. So without further ado, let me just show you around. More of the poppies are out. These are the beautiful papery pink poppies, just gorgeous. And I've also got some of the red poppies over here. Let's see if I can squeeze past the lavaterra, which is all bushed out. And I'm loath to cut any part of it because I just want it to flower, and the flowers are going to be spectacular. It's going to be a mass of pink. And the dog daisies are out, or the oxeye daisies. They're just everywhere at the moment, growing up through the gravel because they just spread. There's so much seed, they make so much seed every year that they just spread with wild abandon. So here's the beautiful red poppies, sort of a reddy pink. They're lovely. And this beautiful flower here, which is actually called Jacob's Ladder, and it comes in shades of blue and of course the gorgeous white. So that's also out, and it just grows from seed that you sprinkle about. And the beautiful pink geranium. Now this is real geranium. The flowers that we call geraniums are actually pelargoniums. And this flourishing mass, or should I say this floppy mass of sweet Sicily. Look at that. There's the potatoes up. And the beautiful red valerian just there. Again, the red valerian is just grown from seed that you throw into gravel. It does like stony ground or stone walls. It will grow out of the top of stone walls. In fact, the other day when I was in Sligo, I looked up, as I invariably do, I always look up at roofs and chimneys, and there was this beautiful red valerian growing out of the top of a chimney. It's gorgeous. Flowers on the dogwood, and lots of flowers on this cotoneaster. There's one of those beautiful clematis flowers, not quite open. So here we go. So far, so good. And I've also started to do the planting because I like to dip in and out of different tasks, as you know. So I've moved this big pot of ferns over here, and you can see how that pops against the blue wall. I've got some beautiful geraniums in here, which I've got bigger pots for. The pieris, I've repotted that. That was up by the lodge, and I put that into this big pot. And the other pieris, which I've done the same with. So it's starting to look bright and interesting. So whilst I'm here, I'll just show you. I've had to cut in amongst the fuchsia, which grows like a weed here in the west of Ireland, just to reveal this beautiful variegated holly, this ilex. And I will have to get up there, look, and trim back because it's growing into the birch tree. Look how high it grows. Crazy. It's a crazy plant. And of course, everywhere, much to the delight of the bees, is the acrolegia, the columbine, just coming up hither and thither, along with the valerian and the exquisite Rosa canina. Look, these are the dog roses. Canina, that's Latin for a dog. As in canine. Look at all the buds coming out there. And it goes all the way up there. One of the beautiful things about gardening here in the west of Ireland, you know, you can garden all the year round. It has the most wonderful climate. And you've got these incredible self-seeding flowers that need no maintenance at all because they just self-seed and come up each year. It really is a crazy place to live. So I'm being very patient, waiting on Mr. and Mrs. Blackbird to rear their young. Because, look, that clematis is growing up into the roof again. So I've just got to be patient and wait until they've done. They've reared their little uns. Just in there, behind the bench, right in against the wall. Again, you can see the oxeye daisies, self-seeded, the acrolegia, self-seeded, the valerian, self-seeded. It really is the most careless gardening you could possibly do. And people say to me, how many hours do you spend in the garden? You know, you must spend so much time in the garden. I do spend a lot of time in the garden, but not working. Well, not what I would consider work anyway. Look at that bee. Look, I've got some more geraniums down here. I got some more pots and some more plants. Isn't that joyful? Just joyful. This is this is the beautiful rise towards midsummer, the 21st of June. And you can see everything is just so lush and growing and spreading and joyful. And even the water mint down there in the pond, in the little stream that comes out of the pond. Everything is just blooming. So I've just been for a walk down the driveway here, just to open the gate, as I normally close the gate at night. And there's a beautiful canopy which is now developing over the driveway. I mean, so much so that it's difficult to see up or down the driveway if you're standing at one end of it. Lovely blue sky up there, so I'm hoping today to get some more painting done on the gable wall of the house. Look at that. The pond is just filled with all kinds of plants. And the little tadpoles are in there. Well, now they're froglets. And they'll just keep growing all the way through. Oh, look, there's the blackbird singing. So a little bit of housekeeping before I go. One of the things that I wanted to buy was a gimbal. And a gimbal is a kind of a self-adjusting balance stick, you know, for the camera, for the phone. And so that just reminded me to remind you that although I never ask for anything, and in fact I've taken my address down from the website because I don't really want people sending me gifts. I live a very simple life, except for the complexities of this beautiful world in which I live, which is called Mother Earth. If you want to support what I do have a Patreon account for as little as €3 a month, and you get to see everything that goes up there. I don't hold anything back from whatever level of support you give me. Everyone gets the same that I put up on Patreon. And the other thing is, on my website you'll find my books, a very interesting map which is printed on both sides, and some car stickers, some bumper stickers. And I do appreciate your support. So, on that note, blessings to you all.